Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. This is a team that comes into the game wishing there was more on the line, but the reality is they're just playing out the string at this point. Still, despite their disappointing season, you can be sure they'll be giving it their all here. It's the Jets going up against the Broncos.
All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the New York Jets. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the second-year man from Syracuse, Riley Dixon, on to punt. Back deep, Dree Archer. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Carry for Chris Ivory. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down, Ivory. And some room to maneuver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. This is Kelly. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Coleman with Touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
They go play action with Lynch. He's going to air one out. But he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And New York set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Osweiler. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
Play fake here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Coleman. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football, overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Back down in that Philly. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Lynch. Got a man. He finds Sanders. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 9 yards on the 1st down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Lynch. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Hurry up. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
Let's go. Blue line.
Back to the ground on first down. Again, Ivory. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Osweiler. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does. And that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the best rivalries going. We'll have the Ravens and Steelers for you at 8:30 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday night, another divisional matchup. This time it's the Pats heading down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Nice twofer there.
And tough starting field position here.
Back to that Philly. All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Back there. Watch him now. Watch him now. Barney. Barney. Check, 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 check. Here we go now. Green 39.
This is Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Lynch. And this one is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now Kelly on the toss. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Play action. Now Osweiler. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of the... Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Hurry up, here we go! 319! Gone, gone!
On 2nd down, here's Lynch. Left side here to Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Lynch. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. A second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And the Jets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Rolling to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
All right, here we go.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. So it'll be 1st down here after the run.
Let's go. Blue landed.
They go play action with Osweiler. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this 1st half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
2nd and 10. It's Osweiler again. And Watson has it right side. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Here we go now. Blue landed. Blue over. Back to Philly. Here we go.
Throwing now, Osweiler on 1st down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Derek Wolfe. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker, because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything, because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They stay on the ground. Ivory again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, Osweiler. He'll air this one toward Coleman. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Play action. It's Lynch. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Watch it now, Barney.
They go play action now. Lynch. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 45 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And ready now for 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Watch it now.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Coleman now. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And this has no chance. It's no good. Well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Play action. It's Osweiler. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 82 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Lynch to throw. Looking deep for Demarius. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there on 3rd down for the Broncos. 48 yards.
Detroit! Let's go!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Hurry up, here we go! 319!
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Lynch now throwing on third. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First down and goal to go from the 7. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
To throw is Lynch. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Over. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it with Hill. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And McManus able to put it through. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a miss on his first attempt, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
I know this will surprise you a little bit, Brandon, but you know, kickers can be a fragile breed sometimes. You got to wonder what's going through his mind, but he didn't let that first miss impact him one bit.
Hey, I kicked back at Harrison High School. Are you calling my ilk soft? The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watching now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watching now, Barney.
Now Osweiler on first down. Bust through the tackle. He's going to fire this thing deep right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And that'll bring up second down. Now a toss. This is Ivory. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go. From the shotgun, Osweiler. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Second down following the run.
Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19.
Again, it's Hill. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. Sanders has it over the middle. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Lynch connecting with Sanders, and the Broncos convert on 3rd down. They'll run on 1st down. Hill. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Lynch. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Detroit! Now let's go!
On 1st down, Hill. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Green, 39!
second down, Lynch. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Switch.
On third down, Lynch. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. On the return, here's Dree Archer. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of a wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. The drive begins with a run by Ivory. Unable to get Ivory down. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A huge play there for the Jets. 54 yards. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. The Cardinals had onto their lead. They just scored. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hey, watch number 33. Watch number 33. Check 52. Quick, quick. Quick, quick. Watch the whip.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jets, the win is their 8th on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop.